that's close to home. Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to 3 Short Horror Games. Starting us off for tonight is the very much requested Something Bad is on the Moon. I love a title that can make you feel so uneasy just by itself. I love space horror, and in particular, horror regarding the moon, because it's something that's been with us from the very beginning, something that every human who ever lived has seen. And yet, it's something so mysterious, something so unreachable, and something that we know to be so barren and dead. But what if it wasn't, and what if it never was? December 19th, 1972 marked the date of the last publicly disclosed moon landing. Since then, 8 classified lunar missions were authorized in absolute secrecy. I found the video recording which instigated those classified missions. Something is on the moon. And somehow, when I saw this footage last week, I think it noticed me. Recorded December 20th, 1972. Final public lunar mission. Lieutenant Marcus Renz. Okay.
Tranquility Base, this is Houston. You are go for EVA. Please confirm status of your suit systems and PLSS before proceeding to the equipment site. Over. Roger that, Houston.
Oh.
This is Tranquility. Suit systems are green across the board. PLSS is operating within nominal parameters. Preparing to egress the LM. Over. Copy Tranquility. Take your first steps carefully. The radar receiver at Radar Site November has recently failed. Its last telemetry sweep before your EVA noted a transient signal 1,500 miles southwest of your position. Likely a sensor echo. Proceed with manual receiver reset. Over. Understood, Houston. It's eerie out here. Reminds me of my last walk on the lunar surface. The solitude, the silence. You know, the human brain craves faces, and this solitude makes me see them in the hills. Moving towards the waypoint now. Over. Copy Tranquility. It's funny, Apollo 11 was the only mission where no one said they saw faces in the rocks. Must be odd to think about anything else when you're the first people to ever touch the moon, I suppose. Ever since then, someone on every lunar mission has mentioned it. Over. Copy, Houston. I'll make sure to inform you if any little green men pop out of the ground and eat me. Until then, though, I'm en route to the radio installation. Over and out.
God, from this framing, immersively putting us inside the suit, while still, I suppose, ostensibly being found footage. It's a big reveal when the visor slides away to reveal the 3D lunar landscape. It immediately sets up its horror and puts you on edge. And then you forget all about that and remember why we're here, why we wanted to be here, why every kid dreams of this. But even still, something strange is going on here, clearly. But it seems like for our character, it's already sort of lost its magic. We've been here before. This isn't about exploration, this is about turning a wrench. And they have not done much to dramatize the moon. I don't know if these little specks of dust, of regolith floating all around us, are something that they actually would have seen or not. These large, barren landscapes, and nothing to accompany that but the sound of our own breathing. It reminds you just how still and yet so inhospitable this all is. Let's see if we can get some high ground. Maybe we can't. We can sprint. Now, it's interesting what Houston told us. Only Apollo 11 didn't see faces in the rock. The fact that everyone else did. I mean, they're treating it as a joke. But it's almost like something was hiding and assessing a new stimuli the first time. We also know that whatever happened here was apparently disturbing enough to prompt 8 additional missions, and then no more after that. Oh, look at that. We can actually see the reflection of the sun on our visor as we look around. We can determine its direction just from that, and we can actually see all the little textures on the visor. We should have a look around. I mean, I wonder if we can also see faces in the hills. Maybe my sense for such things just isn't as strong as others, but I haven't personally seen anything yet, although it is a little bit disorienting, I admit. And especially when the reflection is just like flickering across the glass when I move my head that way. When I'm blinded, who knows what's in front of me.
Tranquility, be advised, another lunar radar installation, 2,300 miles east, reported a brief unidentified object crossing the lunar horizon, then went dark. Similar profile to your anomaly. It's puzzling, but proceed as planned. Over.
Copy. When I reach the radar, I'll make an assessment of the receiver's functionality. Tell me, though, what is believed to be the source of the radar signatures? Over.
Copy Tranquility. Current theory is high-velocity micrometeoroids, or possibly debris. Anomalous, but not unprecedented. Maintain focus on your objective. Over.
Roger that, Houston. I have to admit that this situation has put me a bit on edge. I think I've been seeing things that aren't really there. Maybe just reflections off my visor. I just keep staring at the hills. Over.
Tranquility, we are confident that the mission state is nominal. Stay calm and focus on fixing the receiver. You'll get some rest soon. Update us when you reach the radar site. Over and out.
Reminds me of how I felt those first early missions when I was trying to learn how to land on the moon in Kerbal Space Program. Even there, I just, always felt like something was off, you know? If anything, the moon is the original liminal space, although that might be butchering the point of the term a little bit. Alright, I believe I can see a radar tower from here. And thankfully, it's mostly downhill, which in this case is a good thing. I actually like how we can climb up just about any of these surfaces, but we can actually feel how great of an effort doing so is. And again, about 1/6 of the Earth's gravity will help you with that. It honestly, I get so lost in looking at the hills that I get a little bit startled every time I hear that 50-meter beep. still, I really like the way they're handling this. There's a little bit of dialogue that only serves to frame things up, and the rest is just a walk along the lunar surface. Still, it's like a sensory deprivation chamber or something. I can't help but focus on every little detail that stands out. Everything seems so much closer from a distance. Still got one more hill to cross before we get there. I wonder, actually, if we look up, is the Earth in view from any direction? Not really. We are truly isolated. Imagine being one of the only humans ever, and possibly the only one presently, not within line of sight of the Earth. Oh, we found it.
Houston, come in. I've made it to the radar site. Over.
Roger. Tranquility. We need you to assess the condition of the receiver and run a system reboot. After the reboot completes, stand by, as we will need to ensure that the reboot fixes the system. But be advised, over the last few minutes, almost all lunar installations have experienced significant technical problems. The cause is currently unknown. Over.
Understood, Houston. Something about this situation just isn't right. The receiver looks perfectly fine to me. No damage at all. All diagnostics are green, but the receiver is failing to detect any return signatures. I'll reboot the system now. Over.
Roger. Tranquility. Update us if the situation changes. Over.
It sounds like something is actively happening to disrupt this right now. Like something wants us blind. And now we're truly blind, at least for now.
Radar is operational. Tranquility, well done. I'm seeing the scans on my screen right now. It looks good. Tranquility. I'm picking up a small object traveling in your direction right now. It's moving fast, very fast. I cannot get a read on the exact speed. Patching into your HUD now. It's 2,250 miles away. Please return to the capsule.
We're not even oh god. Oh god!
Tranquility. Oh, tranquility. Tranquility. We need you to stay where you are. Please do not move. You are safe here. You are safe. Who? You are safe here. We need you to stay where you are. Please do not move. You are safe here.
What is happening back?
Tranquility, the command module has begun its journey back to Earth. Please, hurry! Stay where you are, stay calm, and we will recover you shortly.
There's no way we can make it. The whole surface has suddenly, like, gone dark except for our localized It's still 25 miles away? Oh! And the game simply closes. That was absolutely incredible. That is everything I have always wanted from space horror, because it's completely unexplainable, where in fact, the horror comes from what is recognizable. That was mimicry. That was false reassurance. We saw what could otherwise be considered fairly standard UFO imagery, some bright lights moving at low altitude and high speed over the surface. But what do we hear but music? What could easily be recognized as like almost old-timey Earth music. And as soon as it arrives where we are, gone. We were told to expect something is heading towards you very fast, just run. It's like a nightmare where you don't know what's after you, but you just know intuitively that something is. And the thing is, as you're staring at that incoming light, mouth agape, wondering what is about to happen to you, it just disappears. Left silent as if nothing was ever really there to begin with. And then you realize that the object being tracked is still on its way. The pareidolia is hit or miss all throughout, but in the end there, we unmistakably saw faces. They sent 8 more missions after this. I wonder what happened to them. And I guess we kind of have our answer in the fact that they remain classified. I guess there's a reason we never went back. Somebody should make a movie with that premise. By virtue of this being found footage, we're essentially seeing this from multiple perspectives. From the perspective, of course, of the astronaut himself, from the perspective of the leaker who finally found this footage and all the implications of that. But also, imagine being ground control, the first to actually recover and see this footage. I've got to imagine the big full room of people watching. It must have been dead silent in the moments after. But the one thing I just can't stop thinking about is the attempted mimicry of Houston. Its uttering of garbled reassurances, something that isn't going to be convincing anyone, but the fact that it even attempted to do so, that's intention, that's intelligence. An intelligence which understands something that would be comforting to me, but none of the individual components that would make it so. And more importantly, it understands deceit. I don't know, this is the kind of thing that would completely make me reevaluate my conception of our place in the universe, and well, I suppose that's the heart of all good cosmic horror stories. But on to the next. Next up for tonight is The Dog, a psychological horror game in which we play as a middle-aged family man on what is described as the most challenging day of his life. Looking around, this doesn't look very challenging. We've got our white fence, we've got suburbia and neighbors, and even a doghouse in the back. Although the lack of a dog and the shadow within, the general darkness of this scene gives it a real, I suppose, Lynchian vibe. So let's see what the dog doing. I really don't like staring into there. Huh. Have breakfast with family. Here we are at the table with our wife and daughter and son. He's got some giant Fruit Loops. Wow. I don't know if I'd be able to stomach that much milk. I don't know if I'll be able to stomach this giant plate of pancakes, but it seems like we're living the life. Wow, we are just eating these things whole, huh? Hey, you guys want to, enjoy your breakfast and not just sit there like robots? Daddy, who's that? Don't worry, pal. Oh, we have dialogue options. Billy. It's just our dog. Calm down, the dog. I already see where this is going. That's the door to the basement, isn't it? Hey, shut up! And now we return to our breakfast. Now I've got to wonder, are they just oblivious, which seems unlikely? Or are they keeping quiet in the hopes that I won't turn on them as well? Oh, what, we're not going to eat the butter stick? 12:35 p.m. Holding a newspaper talking about missing people. Oh no. Can I help you, officer? Yes? Sir, we're investigating a recent fire at a grocery store. Just asking the neighbors if anyone saw anything. No, we usually shop at the mall. Now's not the time. Oh, that's just our dog. You don't think he's buying it? Right. Sorry for the disturbance. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help, officer. Wow, you're bad at your job. Although I suppose he doesn't really have very much to go on, even if he is suspicious. 8 p.m. Louise. Honey, can you take a look at the TV? I think it doesn't work. Sure, darling. Okay, so at the very least, you don't seem to be too worried about this. I love this, putting us immediately into this role where we know that there's something deeply wrong, a very disturbing sight on the other side of that door, paints us as an absolute psychopath. But the idyllic surroundings make us question just what the details of this actually are. Like, it makes it so clear from the outset that we are holding a person in there that I'm actually questioning whether that is truly the case, that maybe there's something more to it. Alright, it said instruments in bedroom. Which of you is the bedroom? And where might we keep such things? Perhaps in the closet? Makes sense. There's our bat. Maybe we should remember that that's there. There we are. Oh, let's get to work. Although I feel like with a modern TV, you wouldn't really use a tool set like this. I mean, I feel like if you need anything more than a screwdriver, you're out of your league. Popeye for president. Daddy, you're the best. I sure am, sweetie. I sure am. Yay, cartoons! 1:08 a.m. Is that downstairs or... Oh my god! Is that at our bedroom door? Jesus, you're so much scarier than that. Everything is okay, dear. I'll handle it. Yep, that's what I thought. Calm down the dog. It's the fact that we don't seem too worried about this, like this is some routine that we've settled into. But why the insistence on referring to it this way? You heard me coming. You've got a laptop down here. You've escaped. Okay, well, I imagine that can't be a good thing, can it? Nothing of interest there, which is surprising. I'm just imagining you tweeting out your experiences just... Oh! 8:18 a.m. You were on the newspaper. And now where the dog? Oh my god, I tabbed out so hard. It just completely screwed up Audacity and OBS. I think it's still recording correctly, but if there are any problems, that's why. Oh my. Well, the roles are reversed. Let's tiredly pound on the door, begging for freedom. Let's try the handle. Not working. Let's try to push on it. Well, knocking is our last resort. Maybe our family can hear us. There's indistinct chatter. Hey, Billy, is it you? Kate, honey? Don't worry, pal. It's just our dog. He's completely replaced us. And are they just fine with this? Oh. That's the end. That short, sweet, and creepy. That was really cool. So maybe it's just something with this house, that someone is just cursed to always be the dog. And someone is cursed to be the head of the family, destined to be replaced. Maybe there's always someone new, or maybe the roles just keep reversing back and forth endlessly. In the end, it gives us no explanation for how this actually comes about, but it doesn't matter. It's just showing us... It's just showing us something where it's like, hey, imagine this. I think what I like the most about it is how it knows that you're going to be going in trying to figure out what this dog really is. And it seemingly gives itself away really early on. And that's kinda true, but there's so much more to it. And so, even though it still only has really enough gas in the tank for a few minutes, it's a harrowing few minutes that constantly keeps you guessing. It is true psychological horror, where it constantly puts you on edge with how no one seems to be treating this with the gravity that they should. And by the end of it, you don't learn why that is, but you certainly learn that the situation demands it. And even after its two major reveals, you're still left with so many unanswered questions. And the horror is in those unanswered questions. Like, who are we? And who is that person in the basement? Why do we need to act as if everything is normal? Why are our family acting as if this is normal? Are we playing along? Are we all just playing along? Or are they actually oblivious? I have no idea. Is the grocery store fire a red herring? I mean, the police didn't do anything about us, even though it should have been really, really obvious that something is wrong here. And what is the deal with that person able to so seamlessly assume our role at the end? Our final game for tonight is Kiosk, a work simulator style horror game in which we take on the role of someone who's just started their new job, working overnight at a food kiosk, and I guess dealing with all the clientele who stroll up to the window in the middle of the night. Now, those of you who have watched this channel for a while know that I love work simulator horror games. And the reason for that is severalfold. First of all, because it is just so atmospheric, working the night shift all by yourself. Just sitting there kind of toiling away and doing your job and being bored, all while looking over your shoulder at the dark corners. It's the kind of thing that is a very calm kind of eerie. And it's a kind that I think a lot of people can relate to. Anyone who's ever worked the night shift, I think has felt that feeling of being all alone in the building and focused on the task at hand, but nevertheless, occasionally feeling eyes on you, feeling like you need to take out your headphones and glance over your shoulder. And there's just a whole lot of potential in the things that a game can throw at you. When you're so lost in the task, you sometimes kind of forget that it's a horror game, and that makes the scares land all the more. And we'll see if this lives up to that. Day 1. It's a dark and stormy night. And for some reason, we don't have sliding glass on this window, meaning we just have to listen to that rainfall, keep our back to the open air. Hello? Hey, kid. It's Michael, your boss. Just wanted to say good luck on your first day here. This guy didn't last very long, but I hope you will. He was reporting some paranormal activities in the area, and one day he just stopped showing to work. And I didn't hear from him again. He even left some notes on the walls. Just ignore them. If you need help with any recipe, you can check it in our cookbook on the table. And if you need any ingredient, there's always more in the storage room. We close at 12. Don't forget to lock the door. Okay, so at least it's not overnight. But still, that's a lot to lay on a new employee. If you wanted me to ignore these notes, maybe you shouldn't have pointed them out to me, or, maybe taken them down? Howdy. So what kind of place is this, anyway? Are we in, like, a park or something? Hey, didn't see you around here. You must be the new guy. I don't usually go alone at night like this, but I'm hungry. Can I get one plain hot dog, please? Sure thing. Okay, so that's probably going to be a bun, which we can throw or drop. And we're going to need some sausages. There we go. And, wait, do we have to... Hang on, wait, I have to learn if we can cook this. Do I put you here? Doesn't seem like we can interact with this stuff. It's also still in the plastic. We can use a knife. Oop. And you will immediately start cooking. It's very physicsy. That's cool. We actually embedded the knife in the back of the grill. That's unreal. Okay, you're cooked. I'll place you here. And now you're all going to burn. Okay, maybe we'll keep you there. There you are. Thank you so much. It looks delicious. Here, keep the change. Thank you. And I guess we don't have a register that we need to enter this into. The power went out already. Alright, let's trash these and then get it restored, I suppose. Actually, where do we go to do that? Doesn't seem like we can leave the booth. Although, it does still have the freezer back there, which provides us that constant corner to feel something peering from. Okay, is there perhaps a box somewhere that I can... Ah, there we are. Yes! Just blew a fuse. Okay, it's gonna be one of these, is it? You weren't kidding about paranormal activity in the area, although that was so quick. It's the kind of thing where, you know, without the scare cord, I feel like I wouldn't be sure I even saw it. Oh, sir, how can I help you? Hey, man. Give me a burger with cheese. Okay, I think we can manage that. So here's a bun. There's got to be some patties here, right? Okay, there we go. These are in groups of 2, so it's a bit easier. Uh-oh, we never trashed you. Now we need a knife, which we just throw at you. Why not? And we'll wait for those to cook. I don't want to leave them alone. A washed burger doesn't broil, truly. Alright, there we go. Now we'll put you on there. And there's got to be some cheese somewhere, right? There we go. If we take the knife and just sort of drop it on you... No, we've got to throw it. I think it's really funny how you just have to stand there in the rain watching us learn to cook. There we go. Burger with cheese. Did you not want it? Okay, let's try this again. Burger. Burger. With cheese. Yeah. You're a lifesaver. I already like you more than the other guy. Here you go. I left a little tip there for you. You shouldn't have. Like, you really shouldn't have, but also... Look at that. That is so sad. Just a cheeseburger sitting out there in the dark in the rain. The haunting should start here. I would assume it's that thing trying to get revenge. Oh my god. Give me a coffee, burger, and a hot dog. Both with only ketchup. Hurry up. I have places to be. Alright, well, I'm going to take my sweet time is what I'm going to do. Coffee, burger, hot dog. Okay. So. That's the burger. The hot dogs, which we're going to have to remember to take all these off. I think you're pretty much guaranteed to lose some to burning. And coffee. I actually didn't learn how to do coffee. Maybe there's lids, cups. Oh, it's the closing shift all over again. Okay, so cup here. Do we need to do coffee capsule? Place that there. So that goes on. This is all pretty intuitive. I haven't had to consult the cookbook yet. There you go. There you go, sir. And that counts. So we can give you things one at a time. Well, in that case, we will hot dog these hot dogs. Yep. Actually, it may be for the best if some of you end up just right here. There's a cooked one. There's a cooked one. There's a cooked one. And there's a cooked one. We can just kind of leave these out. Nothing ever gets cold in this world. Hot dog bun. And let's just chuck it from over here. It's theater. That's why you watch us from the window there. And you wanted ketchup, right? E to use. You're the one thing we use. There we go. That's actually kind of satisfying. Boop. And now we just need to do the burger. See, this is what I'm talking about with Job Simulator games, is that you lose yourself in the gameplay itself. And then the scares happen. Okay. This is a very unsanitary operation, but, I mean, let's be real, I'd still eat here. There you go. And there you go. Don't mind the order of operations. Thanks, man. You're the best. You did a great job. Wait. Who's that behind you? I actually just got chills. Well played. I was just about to make a joke about how it's a good thing you didn't see me messing up your food like this, because I assume you're blind. You actually had a counter for me. I love the smell of rain. 1 hot dog with lettuce and ketchup. And a cold soda, please. You know, I was so caught up in the scare, I realized he didn't pay. I'm sorry, I completely blanked on your order immediately. You can just pick up that burger off the ground. 1 hot dog with lettuce and ketchup. And a cold soda, please. Okay, well, we've already got stuff made. Doing this in volume is actually how you become truly skilled at this. We gotta learn from @Tony's. Right, so, 1 hot dog. Lettuce. Yep. And ketchup. Yep. And 1 cold soda, although with the freezer doors open, I don't know how cold it still is. Thanks. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. Aren't you scared working here alone after hearing what happened to the last guy? I don't know, what did happen to the last guy, which reminds me, we have to read the notes. What happened to him? You don't know? No? He was my friend. They say he went crazy. Started seeing things. Last time I saw him, I could really see fear in his eyes. Anyways, gotta go. Well, thank you for actually paying. Let's start looking into this. Don't trust him. Well, there's only 2 hymns you could be talking about, and that's our boss and your friend. He follows me home every night. I don't know what to do anymore. Howdy, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Whatever, I suppose I could do my job. My wife just left me. I need something to kill the pain. Give me 5 beers. Cold ones. So what I'm hearing is a lot of back and forth. Well, it seems like we've got just the thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's gonna happen? I'm shocked. 5. Thanks. See you around. Well, you made that fairly easy. Oh, 12 o'clock. Time to close up, although don't think I didn't notice it always said 12. Day 2. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's involved enough to be entertaining, and involved enough to distract you. And it is still genuinely really spooky. You again. That burger is still out there. Won't someone please give it a bite? Give me a hot dog and a cold beer. Hey, it's you again. Last time you ran off and didn't pay. I won't serve you again unless you pay. Did you just refuse to serve your master? You made a huge mistake. You will pay for this. Yeah, you don't even deserve that burger, man. You're a Chilizard NPC, which is actually fitting, I suppose. Yeah, let's start cooking up some of these hot dogs in case we need them. We've got nothing else to do in the meantime. There we go. Ah. Do you know that crocodiles can't stick their tongues out? They also can't chew. So they eat rocks to help them digest. Alright, Gerard Butler. Can I get 2 burgers? One with lettuce, ketchup, and mustard. And one with cheese, lettuce, and ketchup. Okay, that's annoying. I'm going to have to ask you for more, but we can absolutely arrange to give you 2 burgers. So that'll go there. Knife right next to it. You know, I'm getting intrusive thoughts right now. Best not to act on them. Okay. And okay. Now let's figure out what you wanted. So one was a burger with lettuce, ketchup, and mustard. So lettuce, ketchup, and mustard. There you go. And the other was a burger with cheese, lettuce, and ketchup. Look, we can absolutely paint the place with it. Actually, can we paint you? Oh, no, sadly. Dude just tricked us into some free ketchup is all that happened. Thanks. Smells like a good burger. You just gave me an idea for my own franchise. I wonder if the notes will have changed. No? That took me a second to register. Okay, well, we can interact with each of these, get more if we need it. Seems like nobody restocks during the day. Oh, it's you again. Beer and a hot dog with mustard and ketchup, please. Okay. So, we'll get you your beer and a hot dog with mustard and ketchup. There you go. Thanks. Did you hear about the guy that died in a car crash yesterday? What a weird thing to ask the kiosk clerk. I heard his wife left him for another dude. Oh. Police found alcohol in his blood. Don't drink and drive, I guess. Take care. Well, you're gonna leave us with that for the rest of the night. God. I believe legally we could actually be held liable, except in this case we probably wouldn't be because he wasn't outwardly showing signs of being drunk. I mean, clearly in distress, but, well, if that were part of it, bars wouldn't stay in business. 1 coffee, please. I have to study all night. Okay. But that's awful. Like, it's one of those things where, like, it's not our responsibility, but how can you not feel responsible? There you go. That was fast. Thank you so much. I've heard some strange stories about this place. Are they true? Well, I'm actually wondering that myself right about now. Do you also see them? See who? Never mind. I have to go. It's getting late. Keep the change. I wonder, is it this place or is it the whole area like they said in the beginning? Either way, clearly we're not the only ones. 1 burger with cheese and a cold beer. Okie dokie. Still got one left. You know, I'm really thinking about where this is going to go, because it really seems like there's something more going on here than just a haunting. I mean, that guy we sold 5 beers to, that's really sticking with me more than anything else we've experienced, and I don't know, maybe that's normal. Yeah, here you go. Wait, where's that burger? Thanks. Here you go. Stay safe. You know, thinking about that last lady, I'm thinking that if there were just a place like this where I could just roll up and get food in the middle of the night, I feel like I'd be the kind of person to just, you know, buy something every night. Make sure I sit here and just, like, keep the clerk company. I don't know how much they would like that, but, you know, if I were in this position, I would like having a Teddy who constantly sits here. Are you tormenting me with my guilt, or is that actually the one we served last night? Maybe these spirits are people who are in some way connected with this place, even if it is something as simple and small as passing through here on the way to their final moments. Hang on, sir, I'm just putting a couple more of these on so that we have them. Want to hear a joke about pizza? Never mind. It's too cheesy. Nothing about your character makes sense in this moment. Get me a coffee. And a hot dog with ketchup. Can do. So that goes there. That goes there. And in the meantime, we need a hot dog bun. There we go. And there you go. I'm getting the hang of this. Thanks. Here you go. Man in fancy business attire shows up in the middle of the night in a rainstorm to a fast food kiosk and tells a joke about pizza. Between all of them, he's the one I'm the most worried about. Day 3. Things truly never get cold in this universe. If they can be satisfied customers, nobody's going to be unsatisfied. I see you're still here. You must really like this job. I really like having a roof over my head, if that's what you mean. I hope it pays well. Can I get a soda and a burger with everything? Okay, so that'll be lettuce, ketchup, mustard. I don't know of anything else. So that's a burger with everything. Ketchup and mustard. I think that's all. There you go. And, wait, what was the other thing you wanted? A soda? Not many people asking for that. A lot of people asking for beer. Thank you. I don't know if I'm paranoid, or I watch too many scary movies, but I have a feeling like somebody's following me around. A lot of creepy people around here. Be careful. Yeah, I've noticed. Hello? I see you. Who is this? Why are you calling? Sleep with your eyes open. I did not like hearing that ding while I'm powerless to turn around. Okay, but we should probably get some more hot dog buns at this stage. We only can get one at a time. Hey man, can I get 2 cups of coffee and 1 hot dog with lettuce and mustard? Sure thing. The thing is, like, I make fun of these people for making such weird conversation, but to be honest, I feel like in this position, these are the kind of people that would make the job. Alright, so your 2 cups of coffee are gonna take a second. And in fact, I need to get some more capsules. So where are those? There we go. Yep. I actually really like how physicsy this all is. Like, it makes it feel so engaging. So much more so than just, like, fumbling around in menus, you know? There's one. And this will be the other. I'll get some more in the meantime. Like, this is honestly everything I was hoping for from a work simulator. It's paced extremely well, which I think is the most important thing you can do in this type of game. You know that butterflies drink blood if there's an option? I do now. I always found them creepy. Here you go. All I can think is that that sweater must be absolutely soaked through. Here we go again. And that's not even ghosts. The power in this place is just so unreliable. But anytime we go around a corner, that's another corner for us to come back around. There was a little flicker there. And that was just a bit too well timed. Oh, oh, it's the oven ghost from at Tony's. Should have known that would happen at some point. Okay. Well, I guess we just wait for somebody to show up then. Howdy. I'm honestly so relieved to see you. Imagine how frazzled I must look and how much that must freak these people out, especially knowing that there's stories of the area. I would cultivate that myth. I would cultivate it, hoping that I'll just get an endless stream of curious people to keep me company. 2 hot dogs with lettuce and mustard. Okay, I'm gonna have to open up a new package then. No problemo, sir. So that's a hot dog with mustard and lettuce. What did I do with that knife? There we go. Wow, it even managed to kill the ketchup. That's not good. I hope I can get more from back there. Alright, well, you've already got what you need. There you go. And now we've got to make another one. Alright, we'll let that sizzle and try and get some more ketchup. There we go. We can get more. Yep. Okay, yeah, a whole bunch of these are definitely about to burn. We could even drop them on the floor. There's, like, no reason not to, really. But God, it's like Project Zomboid cooking. Alright, I'm gonna give you the floor one just for you, just because you're special. Oh, wait, there was another hot dog right here. Never mind. You wanted mustard, right? Thanks. Police found his body, by the way. Guy that worked here? You mean your friend? My friend. Report says he was stabbed over 50 times. His body was in some bushes near the park, not far away from here. He was left to rot in this rain. He didn't deserve what happened to him. No one does. Keep the change and stay safe. You know, it's only now that I recognize the fact that it seems to have been raining for 3 days straight. You're leaving us with a lot. And stab wounds don't sound like the work of ghosts. They sound like the work of possibly you. Or the guy demanding free food, although in a Chillizart game, that guy would probably be the red herring. Oh my god. You see them too, don't you? What are you talking about? I can see the fear on your face. You should quit this job. It's not worth it. Give me a beer. Maybe you should get one too. You know, maybe I should, but thankfully there's only one left. Thanks. And remember, you're not alone in this. I also see them sometimes. Stay safe. Literally everyone is concerned for us. Maybe at a certain point we should heed that concern. Okay, I have another good one for you. Why did the hot dog marry his wife? Because she had great buns. Oh, you give me real Patrick Bateman vibes. Although, you look more like Vince McMahon. Just give me a beer. And a burger with cheese. Okie dokie. So, I think we should have at least one burger left. There we go. We need to open up the cheese, however. And we can get your beer while we're at it. You know, it's kind of funny that Did you see that? Guess not. What was I thinking? But I guess it goes hand in hand with what that woman said. Only some can see them. Maybe those who they have something to tell. Cheers. You know, I've noticed there are different models for the money. I wonder if it actually changes based on what you gave them. Yep, I kind of figured this was next. Huh. Okay. Okay, well that came out of left field. And, well, in the end, we never found out just who it was, although I'm sure the clues are there. Oh, continue. We can actually start from the same point, but anyway, that was Kiosk, and even though it started out a little bit rough, where, like, I was a little skeptical of its pacing with that early jump scare, that was an excellent work simulator horror game. I would have liked maybe a little bit more time between customers to just be in my own head, but there was still some of that there, and it fulfilled the fundamental main goal. It was creepy and eerie and lonely, and it was constantly putting ideas in your head where through your work you were learning all these stories, but you were never sure where the threat was going to come from. I saw so many ghosts and heard about so many missing people that I never expected to open an explosive device. And the work is there where it's not like frustrating or annoying or like timed or anything like that, but it's engaging enough that you get lost in it. And thus making the scares, when they do happen, catch you even more off guard, just as they would in real life. Alright, let's see if we can continue and maybe do things a little bit differently. We start from day 3. Alright, so first things first, intrusive thoughts. What happens? Be careful with that! Okay. Well, I suppose that's better than what I sort of expected. It intercepted it on the way down. Okay, so here we are at the end. Maybe it's time for a knife toss. No. Okay, so it seems then that our fate is inevitable. Can't close out our shift without accepting. But anyway, that was Kiosk, and that was 3 short horror games. And what an amazing selection tonight. All 3 were from a very different, style, but I feel like each one was just a great example of the vibe that it was going for. That being cosmic horror, psychological horror, and work simulator. Which makes this a really well-rounded selection for tonight. And if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try any of these games out for yourself, those links will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.